Hi, I thought I'd do a small video on at least one antique book on Tutankhamun. I'm not an Egyptologist or an academic in any way, just have the interest. And I collect books on Egypt, primarily antique books on Egypt, or at least sort of pre the Second World War, really. I bought this book on Tutankhamun, very interesting, by G. Elliot Smith. One of the reasons why I wanted this book was because it was written so close to the discovery of Tutankhamun. Tutankhamun was discovered in 1922, but this book was printed in 1923. So it's got one colour illustration. Let's see how that comes up. Oh, not too bad. See there, it's there, you can see the date there, printed 1923. Yeah, quite interesting. Ironically, a lot of books on Tutankhamun don't actually really mention much about the actual person, Tutankhamun. As with this book, it mentions the 18th dynasty, and it mentions obviously the cultural beliefs of the ancient Egyptians that were prevalent at the time, and many things about Egypt, but it doesn't actually really mention Tutankhamun, although the actual title of the book is Tutankhamun and His Tomb, which is quite ironic. If you like to have a book on Tutankhamun actually really talks about the person Tutankhamun, the best book I've come across is this book, The Boy Behind the Mask by Charlotte Booth. I actually knew the author at the time this was written, so maybe I'm a little bit biased, but I don't think so really. I think this is just a good book which actually tells you, as I say, the story of him and his life as far as it can be told. Probably the best book I've personally come across about his actual tomb and the treasures and such things is the complete Tutankhamun by Nicholas Reeves. That's the illustrations in here are really nice. It covers literally every aspect of the tomb. That's quite an interesting picture. It's an alabaster vase, just here. I've actually got a jug, which is contemporary from when they discovered the tomb. Because if you have an interest in Egyptology, you obviously heard of Egyptomania and Egyptian revival. I've got a jug here which is English Royal Doulton, and obviously produced at the time of Tutankhamun's discovery, and it's got one of those little alabaster vases from his tomb on it. So that's quite nice. I collect a lot of things. I don't really collect so much 1920s. My interest is older things, because my main interest is Napoleon, the Napoleonic invasion of Egypt, which was 1798, so it's quite a long time before. And really, I like 19th century, but obviously Tutankhamun is such an important thing really with Egyptology. And obviously I have got that interest, and so I picked this book up. It has got quite a nice, I'm not sure if you'd call it an impression or what, but on the front you can't see in there, but I've put a torch to it and you can see it's got quite a nice sphinx on the embossed, is it? Embossed on the front of the book. Let's say. And there's the cover spine. Actually says Tutankhamun in his tomb, but it's difficult to see on that, because I think that's got the mirror image has got so it's got the one colour illustration in it, and but it has got many black and white photographs and drawings like that. That's yeah. So there are drawings in here. There's I think the antique books and say I don't know really what you'd say, period books of really before the Second World War are interesting because I often have pictures, photographs of Egypt of older times, which I find interesting. But getting back to Tutankhamun, books on Tutankhamun, so I haven't got many, but say the best one I have on the actual boy is say this one, and the best one on the tomb and the contents is this one. They're both actually English Egyptologists. There may be some good ones by American Egyptologists, I'm not really sure. I suppose being English, I've got the it's easy to acquire the English ones. So they're really good. That's the only period book I have on Tutankhamun. I've got several books on Egypt, but they're the only one Tutankhamun. And hope that's of interest to someone. Thanks so much.